Hey, it's Sabrina, and welcome back to Sabrina's Stressful Hobbies. And over the next few days, I am going to be attempting the 24-hour reading challenge, and I'm going to be reading blue books for 24 hours. I think the most challenging thing for me doing this challenge will be trusting the process and being okay, even if I feel like I'm stuck on my words. I think the most unrealistic expectation I have for myself is thinking I need to get things right in one take and say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, like get from A to Z in one take, and that's just not realistic because like I'll film, or rather try to film the whole thing, and then I get stuck, and then I am like throw, chuck, hurl the whole video in the trash, delete it, even though probably the beginning was okay and I just need to edit it. So, but still, I still want to film as little as possible because I don't want that much footage to deal with. So let's begin. It is around noon on Thursday, and I am planning to finish up Waves of Undead in the next hour or so. This is a book that I picked up on Canada Day, my local Canada Day parade event. The author had set up a stand there selling her books, and so I got myself a copy, and it's not something that I would normally pick up, but I'm so glad I did. Yeah, I definitely am not as excited as some people would be to get a a signed copy. It says, "Watch out for the biters. Cheers, R. Cuthbertson." And yeah, I am more than halfway, and I am definitely scared. And am I scared of biters? Yeah, like in the story, yes. This is about a tsunami and a zombie outbreak happening at the same time, which is very easy to explain, and it's a very cool concept, and I'm really enjoying all of the different perspectives in this book on this one apocalyptic event. I'm learning that I'm really liking the style of writing when there are chapters switching between all these perspectives on the same apocalyptic event, and even better if they're interconnected. A few months ago, I read When the Moon Hits Your Eye by John Scalzi, and it was like that as well. I am using a notebook to capture my thoughts, even though I'm not scripting my vlog updates, because I think maybe this will help me be a little bit clearer in what I have to say, or if I don't update the vlog all the time, I can check back my live updates on my notebook, because like perhaps like I'll be in a place where it's not great to film, but I can just jot something down in my notebook, that would be great. And since I'm sort of on a roll with filming, it took me a while to get me on a roll on filming, and I'm about to get stuck in my thoughts again. No, I'm gonna start talking about my drink, San Pellegrino orange and prickly pear. I really like this one, and I've put it in a cup, and I always add extra lime juice or lemon juice, whatever citrus. I don't, well, not whatever citrus, but you get what I mean. I always make it a little bit more sour for myself. That's how I like my soda drinks. Anyway, I'm gonna start reading. Today's goal is 4 hours because for the past year I've worked a 4-hour shift on Thursdays, and now I don't anymore. So I want to see how that feels. Yay! I finished Waves of Undead by R. Cuthbertson. Can you hear the wind outside? It's quite loud. It was a pretty good day to be reading this because of all the water outside. I think it was raining a bit earlier. I don't know if I really hear the rain anymore or from here, but yeah. Watery book. Wave on my shirt as well. It has nothing to do, this shirt design has nothing to do with the book, but it does look like it does. But for example, the book has no sharks, but this has a shark on it. The book has zombies. My hoodie does not have zombies on it. Fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know. Anyway, I'm having a fantastic time with this story. I'm so ready for the sequel, or however many books there are next. Mark my words. It was very scary, but also very wholesome. And I was surprised how much I enjoyed reading about the kids. They really tested the protagonist's choices. Like when you find some kids, before you found them, you were already running for your life. And are you gonna care for your own life, or are you gonna be like caring for their lives as well, instead of being just selfish? Of course, I hope everybody survives, but a few characters that I cared about have already passed. They're gone because of the zombies or stupid little mistakes that the main character has made. Yeah. But stories and life, unfortunately, they don't pan out the way we want them to. And there was definitely a reminder in here at a point in the story, where I was reminded of how helpless the state of being a human is, how we're not in control, we're not able to stop really big, bad things from happening. We're unable to stop ourselves from making some silly mistakes. And kind of reminded me of some ways that I felt like I had no control over my own life. And to a certain extent, everybody feels that way. Everybody is like that. Even though you feel like you do have the illusion of control over your life sometimes. Anyway, I am going to move on to my next book of the challenge, and I'll let you know what it is. On my timer, I have 2 hours down already. So 2 more to go to reach today's little mini goal for myself. I think that the next book I'm picking up is the time traveling fashionista at the Palace of Marie Antoinette. I don't remember where I got this. Maybe at a library sale. No, it doesn't have a library barcode on it. So maybe at a thrift store. I actually don't remember. But I started reading it and I am 2 chapters in. It's kind of middle school age drama. This middle schooler is very passionate about fashion, and I think I was somewhat passionate about fashion as a kid. So this is very nostalgic for me, and I think I will be enjoying this for the nostalgic factor at least, but I think I'll enjoy the plot as well, kind of traveling into another world. It is just about 10 o'clock at night, and I am almost at the 20-hour mark in my timer. Yay! I am halfway through this book that I am reading. So far, I am just loving the adventure and the illustrations. You have to look at the illustrations. They are so pretty. Look at these. Like, let me try to find one of like the fashion illustration. Like, that, my oh my, and what else? There's like the house, the palace illustration. I'm trying to get the picture. Why did I not find them beforehand? But you watch me struggle, okay? Here's the palace. The illustrations are really re-immersing me in the story because it's definitely, I'm feeling like there are a lot of distractions. Now that I'm trying to read more, I'm a lot more aware of the distractions that I'm facing that make me feel a little bit off and make me feel like I have something to attend to when I'd rather be mindful and focused on my book. Yeah, so the plan is to finish this off tonight, but not worry about filming anymore tonight. Filming is still a little bit stressful, unfortunately. But the reading is going good so far, and how am I halfway through the book, even though it's only been probably a few hours since I started it? Maybe this is just because it's a YA book. I mean, like, is it a children's book? I don't care. I'm having a great time. I am finished with the time traveling fashionista by Bianca Turetsky, and this was a very quick read. I finished it across last night and this morning. It was a lot of fun, and it really tied together really well in the end. I'm really loving the structure of normal life, time travel, and normal life. There's nothing like a little time travel to get you out of your own head in the present time and space and get you thinking from like a bigger perspective, a more zoomed out perspective. Yeah. And another thing I really enjoyed with this book is how obsessed the characters were with fashion. I feel like I've never been nearly as obsessed as they were, but I just really enjoyed that level of fashion being the tool that they use to express themselves, being their specialty, their top specialty, and them being sure of what they love and what they love to do. Yeah, you would call that like a little bit nerdy energy these days. Maybe that's the proper word for it. I love it. Perhaps I should read more fashion books in the future. But anyway, this is a second book of the series, and I felt maybe a teeny bit confused, but overall not super bad. Not like I was needing the first book, but now I might read the rest of the series because I've just really enjoyed this book. Not because I was confused by being dropped into the second book. I feel like I'm being dropped into this timeline. This second book, just like these characters were being dropped into the past, Versailles, the palace. So I've taken a few more moments to think, and I'm thinking the message that this story drives home really well is that we're all special, not because of any things we have, things that are of this world, things that can be bought with money. No, those things are not what makes us special. Having those sorts of privileges are not what makes every one of us special. You can't buy things like character, who you are on the inside. I know that is really corny, but it's a good kids' book message that kids and adults alike need to be pushed onto them again and again so that we can actually internalize that. I've decided that the next thing I'm going to read is Circling Back to You by Julie Chu. And this is a book that I made it halfway through, apparently, last year or something. And lately, I've been able to get myself to read some books that I've already started, like from the beginning, to start over, and it's been okay because I trust that I've forgotten this beginning part. It's not that bad. Like, why did it seem before so bad in my mind to reread a part? Like, it's not that bad. So I'm gonna take a break, maybe take a walk, and then start this book. I'm really glad that I decided to get out of the house, even though I didn't feel like it. Sometimes when I feel like I have something to do later in the day out of the house anyway, I don't want to go out of the house earlier in the day. Well, people were probably meant to get more time outside than we sometimes feel like, and I'm not gonna let the fact that I'm going out later somewhere else stop me from going out and really having an opportunity to just enjoy the weather now. So we're committed now. And same with the reading vlog. I feel like commitment is the thing, like how you do things, how you make things, instead of just focusing on like what you get done. It's how you get it done, whether it's in a scattered manner or a focused manner. And I feel like I'm still a bit too scattered, but whenever I can get myself into a focused mindset, that's really good. So let's continue reading outside. All right. I think that over the past couple days, or wait a moment, just over the past 24 hours, I have really gotten tired of having to keep track of the time that I am reading, just having trouble remembering to switch the timer on and off, as I've been saying. It's harder than I thought it would be, especially since there are a lot of times when I don't want to be reading right beside my phone. So I think I'm going to cancel the 24-hour challenge, but I'm still going to continue vlogging because I'm having a good time, and I think that is my main goal anyway, to continue the vlog, even though things happen to me and I make mistakes, and I think that there's no way I can continue the vlog after this moment of stress. I know, wow, so immature of me not to be able to accept my past self for what it was and just move on. Anyway, let's get back to the present, look at the beautiful trees. I just went to Silent Book Club in my city, and it's getting really big. The group is getting really big. The Silent Book Club is getting really popular now, and when groups get a bit too big, it sort of scares me. But I'm grateful for what it is, and there's obviously some great people there. So right now, I almost halfway through Circling Back to You by Julie Chu, and it's super fun so far. And I was saying at the book club that I didn't feel like it's super cliche, even though it hit the points that romance novels tend to hit, and it was having the formula in that way, but it does the formula well because it's well balanced with the serious parts and also the funny, humorous parts. It's so well balanced, so I love it. Anyway, thanks for listening to me. I'm going to return to walking in this really darkness that has come over us. Even though it's not even nighttime, this is the way it is after daylight savings time change. So it is really nighttime now, and I have not read any more of Circling Back to You, that rom-com that I was reading at Silent Book Club, and instead I have been making an Instagram post on Waves of Undead. That's why I'm holding this book up again. I could not pass up the opportunity to take a picture with this hoodie and this book. I know that I've shown off the matchiness of it already. Anyway, I am trying to decide whether I should focus on just BookTube for now, or whether I should do both BookTube and Bookstagram, because last time I tried to do both at the same time, it was too much for my brain to handle at once. I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I need God for His plans, for His way over my life. I'm just gonna sit amongst trees real quick and give you an update on the book that I'm reading. Even though I don't have it with me, I just have my Bible and things of that sort. But I'm still reading Circling Back to You, and we are around the midpoint where the two love interests, they finally realize that they both like each other and decide to pursue a relationship. I feel like it was definitely, and up to this point, I really thought that one of the characters knew of the other character's interest, but was just denying it out of wanting to maintain the professional relationship. And of course, those excuses are still there. But apparently, she didn't know that he was interested. It was just him being friendly, and some people, I suppose, you can brush off their kind gestures. It's just being friends, and it seems normal and routine. I haven't vlogged for a few days, but every time I want to pick up the camera, I start feeling really existential, kind of thinking about the meaning of creation and what it is about me that I want to share, and what it is that I want to create. I think it's not that deep, but I just enjoy thinking that it is oh so deep, because with the rise of AI slop, what is the meaning of people trying to create things anymore? It's not really about sharing good content, but perhaps the meaning is putting in the work. And no, I don't think this vlog is very good, and I don't think I would wish to think it's very good, because I don't want to have too much pride as a human being. But at the same time, even if it's not very good, I'm like, hey, this is where I am right now. This is me documenting my journey. So that's that. I do think that I should keep on updating you on my book that I'm reading. No, not my book that I'm reading. It's the book that I'm reading. The book, something external to me. And that another whole human being has made for us in this world to enjoy. I'm still working my way through this. Oh, I'm actually almost done. What I wanted to tell you today about what I've read so far in this book is that I'm really glad that I restarted reading it, because once I got past the point that I read to, I read further. I realized that the best thing this book has going for it is the family relationships. All of the family members of the two love interests, they're amazing. They have really charming personalities. They're flawed. Every family is flawed, but they're beautiful, and their dialogue is beautiful. And I will update you now when I reach the end of the book, and I think we can end the vlog there. Welcome to the shenanigans of Roly-Poly. Welcome in the shenanigans of Roly-Poly the cat. Hi, this is going to be the last clip for this vlog. I finished circling back to you, and the last little bit got me feeling so tense. I was so invested in how the characters would find solutions to the mess that was going on. I think in the end, it tied together really well. The message being, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Every relationship has compromises and arguments, but that shouldn't prevent people from doing the best they can to work with that and realizing that, yeah, there may be flaws of the person that they're with that are difficult to put up with sometimes, but it would be better. Life would be better with them as opposed to without them. So, as I said, I am going to finish up the vlog, and I know that this vlog has been far from perfect because I set out to do a 24-hour reading challenge, and then I sort of quit halfway through, but I did manage to finish 3 books in this vlog. Maybe not start 3 books. I started 2 books, but I finished 3 books in total. So yay for the vlog. And yay for the journey that I'm on. I'm going to hopefully continue to be able to record bits and pieces of my thoughts on the books that I'm reading going forward, because I know that there are many books that I've read this year that I honestly wish I could have recorded some of my thoughts on, even though they were sort of a mess in the moment, but that's the beauty of it, ain't it? Yep. Yeah. What else have I got to say? Oh, just a little side note. I think sometimes books make me tense because of the plot, and sometimes it's just me being kind of anxious that I've forgotten something important and I need to go back for it. But I need to remind myself always that everybody's going to forget something, and that is what makes each individual reading experience different. Like every different person, every individual is going to pick up on different things when they're reading a book, and likewise, we're going to forget different things. So it's not that big of a deal if I don't pick up on a certain detail, as long as I get through the book and make note of what sticks out in my mind. Okay. See you next time. at Sabrina's stressful hobbies.